Hello everyone, Storm11 here. Today it's going to be the second upload for today, and this time we'll be talking about the tropics. It's definitely getting a little bit more active. We got three disturbances to watch in the Atlantic now. Yesterday was two, now we got three to watch. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the National Hurricane Center outlook here, and keep in mind these are low chances. These are below a 40% chance. Although I am watching one particular system though, and it's this one right here. This is not Invest 92L. This is Invest 92L. And you remember the other day, it was at a 70% chance of developing. Well, it didn't really get that organized. It really didn't. We thought it would get pretty organized and make form into a tropical depression. That doesn't look to be the case right now. And then we actually dropped the chances down to 30%. That's quite a shift in a couple of days there for that tropical system. Good news is it been going to cooler water, so it probably get less organized and may not survive that too well. But we'll see what happens afterwards. Then you got this one here, which only has a 10% chance of developing, but I don't really expect much of anything out of that system. Although some of its remains may make it into parts of Florida, maybe later this week, or later next week, I should say. That could bring just heavy rain. It just brings in a random moisture. Not really expecting a whole lot of anything from the system, but it's still something to watch for right now. But I think the main topic of this video today is going to be this system here, which I think has a better opportunity of developing to something, and the models do have a pretty decent agreement with this. So this is disturbance number 2. It's got a 30% chance of developing in the next 5 days and 20% chance in the next 48 hours. It's a small but well-defined area of low pressure located over the eastern tropical Atlantic, about 1,000 miles west of Cabo Verde Islands. Continues to produce limited shower activity. Some development of this low is possible while it drifts toward the west, southwest, or west over the weekend and then moves a little faster towards the west northwest over the central tropical Atlantic by the middle of next week. So let's check out a couple things here, but we'll first check out Invest 92L first and see what the models are thinking right now. So this is the satellite imagery. Doesn't look to be that organized, but it does have some convection around its system. Here's the tracks of the hurricane models. It looks like to be continuing on a westward track here, but it does look like it'll move a little bit further to the northwest, which will bring it closer to some of those cooler waters, which is right here. So if we check out these cooler waters right here, your tropical system at this point is right here, and it's expected to drift a little bit further to north, probably something like this. When it gets into that 25 to 24 degrees Celsius threshold, that's not really favorable for tropical systems. So what's going to happen here, what could happen, I should say, is that it may die off in this area in here. Now, beyond that, it does get a little bit more favorable. So we'll still have to watch the system here very closely here, because if it makes it through these cooler waters, something may happen later down the road. But we're going to see what's going to happen here. Now, the last time this has happened here, it's literally not long ago. We did have a tropical system here that was going to pretty much taking the same path here and actually died out. So could be the similar situation what could happen to this system here, but it's just something to watch for right now. But if we could check out the intensity guidance, and it's not really impressive at all. You only got one model going to tropical storm, but I think that's pretty unlikely. I think we're either going to stay as probably an invest or maybe staying as low as a tropical depression strength type of storm. But right now, we're not expecting much of anything out of Invest 92L, which is some good news. So that kind of takes out two of those systems. But you still got this one, though. Still got that one system, which I think they may get named as Invest very soon. Might become Invest 93L. So let's check out the GFS model here. So you got your three disturbances. Disturbances. Wow, I cannot pronounce that correctly. But anyways, this is all within one big trough. There's one big trough that's within these areas in here, and it's eventually going to fall apart. As soon as it falls apart, these systems will be on their own. And looks like only one of them will probably survive. much better than the other two. So you got this one here, which is invested IE2L. You got this other disturbance here that's got the 10% chance of development. And we got this one here to watch. And this is your wind shear, 200 millibars to 850 millibars. You're going to see here as we get over the next couple of days here. Basically, if SI2L is pretty much shredded apart at that point. There's actually some wind shear that could get involved with that system. Now, this other one may stay disorganized. However, this one here is not having much of any trouble. It's in an area where there's not much in the way of wind shear. Meanwhile, if SI2L will get into some wind shear, and it may shred that thing apart. Now, as we continue on here over the next couple of days, you can see this system here may have trouble trying to get organized. Still something to watch there, but it will get into some dry air, which is going to make things more difficult. Let me get a different color out. That's probably a little hard to see. But then you got this disturbance right here. It's currently at 992 millibars. It's actually starting to gain some strength. And eventually it's going to turn a little bit more to the northwest here. Now, the steering mechanism of this system here is going to be the Bermuda High, which is pretty much located right in here. Now, it is going to get weaker with time here. On the western end, the GFS does indicate it may get weaker and it may back off. That's good news. However, it's not so good news for Bermuda, indicated by the GFS. Now, this is just one run. Keep in mind that this is just one run. And when this system here does get into those warmer waters and better ocean heat content, which we can see here with the ocean heat content of where this thing could be going, there's a decent amount out there. So you still got the ocean heat content, plus you got some pretty warm waters, 28 to 29 degrees Celsius. That's pretty good for subtropical development. And as we continue on, it actually gains some strength, and when it gets closer to Bermuda, it actually starts to gain a little bit more strength. It does hit a little bit of wind shear, so that may calm it down just a little bit. Now we're starting to get pretty far out. We're 210 hours out. So this is now August 15th. So the things will likely change. Keep in mind that things will likely change. But you can see it starts to rapidly intensify into a hurricane, getting very close to Bermuda. Actually, there may be a direct hit to Bermuda, which I think that's right there. So this will be worst case scenario. The Bermuda gets slammed by this system here, and then it gets into some wind shear, and then it just becomes a more of a normal low pressure system. It's more of a post tropical system. So yeah, it's still something to watch here with the system here, but it's very interesting of how the GFS is showing that solution. So take a look to those precipitable water numbers, and you can see here, you can see those three disturbances here. You got one here, and you got the other one here. That's FS92L, and you got this one here to watch. This disturbance right here will hit some dry air, so that's gonna probably keep that system there calm down a little bit. You see it continues to hit some dry air and it hits some land. May not survive that well. Meanwhile, you got this system right here. Doesn't really hit much of any dry air. That's why this lake here is intensifying pretty well, because it's not really hitting much away of wind shear or dry air. And it's also getting into warmer waters and better ocean heat content. So this is why it's intensifying of what the GFS is showing. But you can see here how it rapidly intensifies, especially when you get to August 18th, which is extremely far out. So this is expected to change. You kind of see there later in its run here, and then it gets into parts of the northern Atlantic, gets into the north side of that Bermuda High. So this is still something to watch for now. Now the European model did show something like that, but I think it backed off a little bit. But I'm still going to show you guys the European model here. So again, this is the European model. You got Disturbance 1 here, Disturbance 2, and then Invest 92L right here. Now pay attention to these wind bars here. And as you can see here, as we do continue on over the next couple of days here, you can see here the main disturbance there. Now, at this point, or Invest 92L, I should say, it's pretty much gone to that point. You still got that other disturbance going on, going for the Lesser Antilles there. You still got this one here going on. Still going alright. This is sustained winds. Wind gusts, this is what it looks like. And at this point here, it's pretty much a tropical depression at that point there, if it can get an organized circulation. So it does show some shower thunderstorm activity around that system. Um, as we do continue on over the next couple of days here, you kind of see here that disturbance still continues though. European model does try to show up possibly another tropical wave to come out of Africa there, so we may need to watch that one as well. As you move on to Thursday, fits you to Friday, looks to be going away at that point. It also takes a little bit further south track. Now, I think that might be a little bit biased in the model. Now, the European model has done pretty bad over the last couple of hurricane seasons. So I want to have a whole lot of trust in the European model, but it's still someone to watch for now. But it is very interesting how the GFS does show that solution, which was not the first time it showed that solution. It even showed that solution a couple runs ago. So it's still something to watch here for now. But I'll definitely monitor the Atlantic over the next couple days as things start to get a little bit more active. But anyways, guys, this is all for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you guys have questions about this, you can put a comment section down below. I'll answer you guys questions. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.